Hey, everybody, it's Heat Override, and I'm ready to bring the pain for Dr. Roto this week for the Ultra Contrarian Show. Yeah. How's everybody doing? Sorry about last week. I had a karate tournament to go, had fun, placed, did well. It was my first time ever really doing anything like that or like competition fighting. So it was nuts, but that's not why we're here. We're here for this week's DFS Ultra Contrarian plays from Heat Override. Ooh, yeah, let's get crazy. Now, of course, when you look at the slate, it says 11 games, but then you get all the warnings, that the Seahawks and Rams have been moved. And of course, the Washington football team and the Eagles have been moved as well. So those players are not going to be mentioned. Unfortunately, there's a few of us I know in this industry that were targeting a few of those games, and I was as well, of course, being a Rams fan. So that's not going to happen this time. So really, it really sucks everything right out of the middle where I like to really pull those ultra contrarian plays when everybody's looking at the favorites and things like that. I'll always go pull that one thing out. You know what I do? Always looking out for all of you. So we're going to start it off right now. If you haven't looked at any of the content or visited the website, get over to drroto.com right now and check it out. Code WIN will get you a discount on your subscription so that you can start winning today. Definitely, if you want to get into it, do the cheat sheets and Discord. You get all of us in the Discord, and especially Dr. Roto. You can't lose with this deal. People get in it and win your leagues and win some DFS before football is gone. Because then after that, we just got to put up with basketball and their zany stuff and their game time decisions. So get there right now. Now let's get to it. First pick. My favorite pick this week was, of course, Kyler Murray. I know that Detroit is a walking stool, and I know Kyler's going to definitely put up points. In his game against the Rams, he put up 22.4 points on DK. That is respectable. And in his first game back against Chicago, of course, this is Chicago, he put up 30 points. Kyler's going to get it done. He's 7,900. That is not a bad price at all. And if you want to do ultra contrarian at this point, you could go Aaron Rodgers. I know Baltimore is a very, very hard place to play, but Aaron Rodgers seems to always get his. And the Ravens seem to really be on a downward spiral right now. They're kind of spinning out of funk. Them, the Bills, there's just some teams taking losses right now, and it makes no sense. But hey, whatever. It opens up the pathways for your DFS lineups. Ooh, yeah. I love Dak Prescott. I know he's on the road too. But Dak's numbers recently haven't been good, and that is what is eluding me to this game. That's what's luring me in. Last time he played the Giants, he had 25.7 points on DK, and he was only 6,900. He is 6,500 today. That's $400 less than when last time he played this team. And yeah, that was in Dallas, but it doesn't matter. Dak's going to throw the ball. He's got weapons. And the Giants really just look like they're abysmal. I can't even say what I want to say because believe me, it isn't good. They don't look good. It's not fun starting anybody on their team. The receivers are always a mess. The quarterback's a mess. Saquon Barkley, man, I feel so bad for that dude, and he's just trying to put it together. So definitely it's Dak Prescott. That's my play. That is my ultra contrarian play. If you want to go cheap, I've been on Tua all week. I've been on Tua for like 2-3 weeks, but now I'm really on Tua. So, and there's a receiver that, of course, will go with Tua that we're going to get to real fast, but everybody's on him because there's really nothing there. So it kind of makes it out. But if you want to be ultra contrarian, you want to get away from Tua, you want to get away from the people, do not forget about Ben Roethlisberger. He is finally throwing multiple touchdowns in games. Yes, he hasn't had his two previous games before his last game sucked, at Cincinnati with the 11.5 and then went to, Baltimore. He had that 19.3, but when he played Minnesota, he had that 28.8. The Titans defense really isn't that good against the quarterbacks. They're ranked 26, but that doesn't mean that Ben Roethlisberger can't, lay a dud out there and throw an 18-point game. But I think at this price tag, he's definitely going to be an ultra contrarian play. Plus, people hate him. So get him in your lineups. Running backs, immediately, Najee's the top. I like Ezekiel Elliott. He has another great matchup. His price is great again. Here's the problem that I have with Zeke. Ready? 9 points, 6.7 points, 16.9 points, 12.8, 21.8, 12.6, 11.3, 18 point. He isn't top 30 this whole season. The great running backs this season have top 30 multiple times, and he hasn't done it. And that's because of Pollard. It's because of the weapons that also are on that team. Give them Schultz games, and then CD Lamb's out there. So there's just so much mouths to feed. I want to play him. I've played him every week, but I don't want to play him this week because I feel like I'm going to get stung again. But somewhere I'll have Zeke. I don't know why. If you want to go ultra contrarian, go Aaron Jones. Everybody's making a joke of this dude right now. He's still getting it done. He had 21.5 points in his game back, and he's not even 100%. So they're using A.J. Dillon, but sometimes the game script calls for Aaron Jones to be healthy and to be used. And when you see those games, that's when you get those great games. Other than that, yeah, he is in a split, but he's getting a lot of play in that split, and that can help your fantasy team. And when he gets those touchdowns, that's a blessing. So let's get it done. He's definitely, a lot of people will not be on Aaron Jones today. He will be low owned, and he'll be wide open for you if that happens to be your top back if you go outside of Najee, because Najee at 7,800 is a great, great play. Let's move it on down since we have all the people that are all question marked out. Detroit's a mess. You got Barkley in the mix. You got Connor banged up. You got Chase Edmonds back. I look at this whole little thing. You got Sony Michel postponed. Sanders postponed. Like everything is postponed or hurt or question marked in this whole little area. I didn't even play with none of them boys. You know what? Chuba Hubbard sounds good too. I ain't even playing that game either. Everybody's running James Robinson, 5,400. Yo, you got to do James Robinson. So get him in your lineup. If you want to steer off of James Robinson, you want to go Donta Foreman. I know people are finally starting to look at Donta Foreman, but at 5,200, Pittsburgh has been giving up gashes in the run game. And this man, once he gets started, it's hard to bring down. And when he does, he usually falls forward. This is going to be definitely some points. Plus, Foreman he's had 14.2 points in both of his previous games. He's went over 100, and then he had a touchdown at 47 yards. That has equated to that. That's cheap, and you can get him in your lineup because really at this point right now with running back the way it is, you're going to be right around it's going to be a cheap running back week. So, and that's where everybody's going to go. Now, outside of that, people are also going Jeff Wilson as well. And you could go Jamar Jefferson for Detroit. I just really don't want to really play anybody in Detroit. I'm just kind of sick with the whole thing. Just they don't get enough points, and then it's not good. It's just not good. So stay away from it. If you want to win some money, you might get lucky, but that's it. Michael Carter back is big. Miami is solid against the run, and the Jets most likely will lose this game, but Carter gets it done when he's in there. The Jets have proved that they will use him. Before he got hurt, he had 9 attempts for 63 yards. He had 16 for 39, had that touchdown, 13 for 49, 15 for 77. The trend had continued with Coleman as well, too, and everybody else in that background or backfield. So Michael Carter is your ultra contrarian play because hardly anybody will be on him. And then you will be on him, making you different. And if that man has a big day and Miami soups up, because Miami still ain't the best of best teams, then you heard it here first. Ooh, yeah. Let's get over to wide receiver. All right, well, they took Cooper Kupp away, so Devontae Adams is clearly my number one. Everybody's going to be running Deebo Samuel. The problem with Deebo with me is that you see these games where he goes 30, 16, 20, 12. It bounces sometimes, and it always seems mid-20s because of the way San Francisco uses Kittle. To me, it seems like a safe floor, but I want my safe floor people to not be 8,200. I like those get people around maybe 66 to 6,300. That's why I'm not playing Samuel this week, but I will have him in one lineup. He will be a one lineup as my number one. Other than that, it's Devontae Adams is my number one. I have been feeling a little contrarian going Deontay Johnson. He is in my write-up. He is definitely in I saw Doc's write up for one of the visionaries. That means that everybody knows that Tennessee is not good at covering. And that is what alluded me to Ben Roethlisberger being the ultra contrarian play. And Deontay Johnson at 7,500 is an excellent price point to get into your lineups. Now, outside of that, of course, everybody's going to be talking about Devontae Parker. Parker is straight crazy right now. Like I was on Parker the minute he was coming back, but at 4,300 on DraftKings, you got to get him in your lineup. There's no other. Yeah, go ahead, get somebody else. Get Grant or whatever. It doesn't matter to me. But you know what? I'm getting Parker because when Parker's in there, he gets targets. The last game, first game back, he had 5 targets, 5 catches, 62 yards. Yo, let's get that 11 targets for the 85. Let's get that 9 for the 477 with the 1 touchdown. Parker is going to get a lot of volume today, him and Gesicki, and you're going to look at Parker scoring. So get him into your lineups, 4,300. Around this is really no reason to be cute. You could try to go Rondale Moore. I'm not going in. You could go Cortland Sutton. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing these games. I can make it art. Cole Beasley, however, is a good play because this goes with the digs. Buffalo has proven that they're going to throw the ball. And Gabriel Davis stepped up in a big way. But Cole Beasley still gets targets. He got 11 targets, caught 9 of them for 64 yards. And then you get these little off games. Believe me, they cannot off game him right now with Sanders hurt. So that being said, there's one of your sways right there. Look at Cole Beasley. But man, you got to pay it. You got to pay for Devonta Parker. You are going to have a great lineup today. I can guarantee it. So let's get to tight end. All right. Kittle's number 1. You want to sway? Go Mark Andrews. He's getting all the play right now. But so is Kittle. They're both getting so many targets. You want to start off with Kittle, 15 targets, 12 targets. The couple games before that were 2, 4, and 7. But he's usually near double-digit targets, and that's just getting a lot. It's a juicy matchup. Atlanta sucks. San Francisco should smash them. Baltimore, however, they kind of do the same thing with Andrews, and it's consistent. 11, 9, 10, 10, 8, 10, 0, because, they were off. 7, 6, 13. It's there. It's there. And he is $1,100 cheaper. There's your ultra contrarian high price player of the day. I'm not going Kyle Pitts. I'm done playing anybody on the Atlanta Falcons roster. Yes, even Cordero Patterson. I played him once or twice this year. I had to avoid that roster. It's just, yeah, we talked about that earlier. Remember? Now, Mike Gesicki. Woo-wee! $5,000 in this game. Look, if you don't get Parker, you got to get Gesicki, right? Or you could get both. But I mean, targets for the last few games, 3, it was 11, 3, 6, 7, 8, 4. I went past that to show you a reason. He's going to get around 7 to 8 targets this game, maybe more because of how injured or COVID everybody is. That he's going to be a staple. So with that staple being said, definitely want to get him in your lineup. A lot of people will be looking at him though, and people will be looking at Dalton Schultz around this area. Pat Freiermuth is always good, and so is Noah Fant. Now, if you want to steer clear, and this doesn't mean I'm about to recommend Evan Ingram because I'm never going to do that again because he just stinks, and they don't ever play him. But my guy in this area was Gerald Everett, and that is not that is a problem now because he is no longer there. So really, this is one of those weeks you don't really want to pay down for tight end. You want to pay up. So that means you're going to be around that whole either from Dawson Knox at 5,100 to Noah Fant at 4,400. Noah Fant is the cheapest I'll go. A lot of people aren't going to be looking at him. Cincinnati should come in there, but guess what? Noah Fant still averages around 4 targets a game. And what's the best thing about him is he catches his targets most of the time. And that is what you need. That and the 22nd ranked against tight end defense, which is Cincinnati, which should definitely open up some passing lanes for him. Look for him to get about 6 targets today. Let's hope one of those go for a touchdown. But in this crowded little area, I'm either going Gesicki or I'm paying up for Mark Andrews or just go for all Gory with Kittle. All right, let's get to the defense. I like it. We're going to end this show up real quick. All right. So Cardinals have definitely got the number one. Dolphins are number two. And then you got the Cowboys. See right there, I would go Cowboys as the top 36. But let's go ultra contrarian. Definitely 3,100. San Francisco 49ers defense will be starting in most of my teams, seasonal leagues. If you have access to the San Francisco 49er defense, go get it and thank me later. That's how we bring the pain in this show. Ooh, yeah. However, do not doubt that if you want to be contrarian, because while everybody's going to be looking at the 49ers juicy matchup at 3,100 price tag on DK, Steelers are $100 cheaper. They love to sack the quarterback. And Ryan Tannehill sometimes isn't good. And he hasn't been flashy at all this year. He's been getting sacked. The O-line has been solid, but not doing the best. TJ Watt's back. This is a must-win for Pittsburgh. It's a must-win for the Titans, but it's a bigger win for the Pittsburgh Steelers. There's your ultra contrarian play. Let's go down to the cheap defenses. You want to go cheap defense? Ravens at home. I know that's kind of scary. But outside of that, I don't see anything else happening with a lot of these defenses. Carolina has a solid defense, but at home, they're playing Buffalo, and Buffalo can't just keep losing. So now they're going to win. And that's why these are the bottom defenses. But of all those defenses, I like the Ravens. I know that the Packers are scary, but the Ravens defense definitely keep this game to around 19 to 24 points. And they can definitely sack Rodgers. They're going to get the pressure. So that being said, that's about as cheap as I'm going for defense because I ain't picking the Giants and I ain't picking the Falcons and I ain't picking the Jaguars and I ain't picking the Texans. Although one of those guys are going to win the game. All right, everybody. I hope you have a great Sunday. Get your lineups in. And remember, always check out all of the content on drroto.com. We have free content all the time there, including this podcast and my IDP write-up as always. Let's get to it, people. Have a great day. Let's all bring the pain to the slates, and may the points be with you. Oh, yeah.